closing in.
Fuck it! I ain't running no more! God damn it! I'm just rolling this way and rolling this way! I'm sick of running! I can't even keep up! Fuck it! Evolve is the first big disappointment of 2015. Why? Because Evolve is tedious. And that's not a word you want to associate with your game. You want to know what else it is? Evolve is repetitive. And these are two things that nobody seemed to mention when it was getting high praise, okay? It lacks so much content, it's rather insulting. Especially since the lack of content has been supplemented with some of the most extensive DLC I've ever seen. I mean, look at this shit. What is this shit? What do we get? What is this? Is that blue? Is that fucking blue? This is fucking blue. You're giving me a gun that's painted blue and you want to charge me $2. It's not even good DLC! It's not even good cosmetic skins! Look at this shit, they didn't put effort into it! What the fuck? It's not a full game. They're trying to sell us a platform. It's like a platform for asymmetrical gameplay that's not filled in. I am not impressed. I am not happy. Oh. No fucking way, man. This is not worth $100 that I fucking dropped in it.
They give it a 9. They give it a 9.
No fucking way!
They give it a 9.
You're a fucking liar. And the game itself doesn't earn this $85 or $100 worth of extra purchases in the game. It doesn't warrant it. It doesn't earn it, all right? This game has the most confusing special editions I'd ever seen, like extended edition here, and none of them had all the content that was gonna come out with this game. There was always at least something missing, no matter if you spent $180 or $60, whatever the game cost. I'm sorry, Evolve pissed me off, alright? That it got such high fucking praise and everybody freaking ignored that it has no fucking content. It's one game mode, essentially, Hunt. And the other way to play is Evacuation that has a few other modes in it, okay. But, oh, Joe, it's got Rescue, Nast, and Defend. Nobody plays those modes. Online, everybody votes for fucking Hunt. It's the majority of the time one way to play, what you're gonna be playing. That's not to say that the concept of Evolve isn't spectacular, all right? Or that you can't have the occasional great match, because you can, and you will, and it'll be fun, and you'll be like, whoa, fucking shit, that's fucking cool. And furthermore, the emphasis on asymmetric gameplay is a breath of fresh air in our PvP military shooter dominated market. And it's done by a team that knows how. Total Rock Studios, the guys behind Left 4 Dead. The idea of this 4 versus 1 game is awesome. It's an incredible challenge too that Turtle should be commended for. But there's just some things that are missing, okay?
I mean, this really does feel like a free-to-play game. It's like Warframe. There's more content.
Warframe had more out day one, which is mind-blowing considering how small that company was. But it had more day one.
Yeah. This might have better graphics and asymmetrical gameplay, but I don't know. That's just not enough. Not enough.
It's not. It doesn't justify the money, and it looked so blatantly cash grab that it was like I don't think they even tried to hide it. Like all their money they spent on PR and designing skins and all this other shit. Instead of making $86 of cosmetic DLC, you could have fucking made a campaign.
One player essentially gets to play as the boss, right? This big, fat, massive, hulking monster, Rawr! Who must escape, Rawr! Right? And then eat all the wildlife, right? And get bigger and then stalk and eventually evolve from the hunted into the hunter. And this cooperation between the 4 hunters, all with unique abilities and designated roles, is exciting. It's tense. It literally is one of the best hunting experiences to date. I'll give it that, especially considering the low-effort redneck crap that came before it.
That's right, 'cause we're shooting deers, drinking beers. That's how I roll. Yeehaw!
Let's talk about the roles. Every player has distinct roles, okay? The Assault class, my favorite, acts as the tank of the group, right? Not only soaking up damage, but dealing out most of it. The Support class shields other players, buffing their health, and can lay down turrets or call upon supporting fire. But why the goddamn fucking airstrikes do team damage? I don't fucking know. They knock everybody around the goddamn map, throwing everybody everywhere. It sucks. Stop using it. I hate it when people use it. It fucks shit up.
How did I get fucking thrown so far? I think your support bombs are blowing me up.
Oh my god, please stop using
God damn it, that fucking thing sucks.
Medics obviously keep the team alive and are usually the first targets for smart monster players, while the all-important trackers, holy shit.
Smell that?
Yeah.
It's close by.
Oh, sick. What are you doing? Oh, God. No! Oh! Sick! Oh, why did you do that?
It went this way.
Oh, fuck. Not only do they trap the monsters in a dome so that the team can fight them at the right times, but they are also responsible for the most important thing in the game, which is the task of finding it in the first place, right? Keeping its whereabouts known through marks, pings, darts, and hell, even sounds. Where is he?
Shh. You hear that?
No, I don't hear anything.
Exactly. This way.
All this shit is great sounding on paper. The issue is that if you just have one shitty team member, you're fucking out of luck, buddy, okay? Even more so than other games, right? There's no catch-up mechanic here. There's no carry mechanic. If you have one shitty person, your play experience is pretty much determined to be bad, okay? We all know how good pubs and randos and newbies are at role-playing, okay? Trappers won't use domes correctly, and when they do, sometimes it seems like the monsters are able to evade the dome when they shouldn't have been able to, right? Inept medics, immediate spell defeat, okay? And then gung-ho, of course, these Call of Duty players who play as soldiers run off, okay, separate from the team, and often end up ensnared in the jaws of one of the many hostile plant life or wildlife on this planet, right?
So,
grab, nope.
missing them.
Got him.
Oh, okay, turn around. I'm fucking in the plant. Delriz? No.
I shot through the wall.
Alright.
And dooming the team to pea shooters when they go up against the behemoth when he's fucking dead, right? And the game encourages you to play one way, stick together, use one fucking strategy. If you deviate from that, you're gonna get fucking killed, okay? And if your team isn't talkative over the mic, good luck on coordinating or finding a particularly good monster player. It's not gonna happen, all right? Unless you're playing with 4 or 5 friends, the game is fucking amazing then, right? But that's like $240 or $300 worth of game copies. Unless you do that, okay, you're guaranteed just as many lame-ass boring matches, probably a little bit more, than you are bursts of intense minutes in average matches. If you don't have a ton of friends, okay, on Steam or your console, in my opinion, don't bother. The solo experience in this game just isn't as fun as it needed to be worth all the effort in between. Now, I'll admit it, the AIs are extremely good in this game, okay?
poison grenade.
Wow, those things are no joke.
I'm just gonna burn the egg to death.
He immediately came for me.
Smart too. They're just attacking him until he's dead.
Medic is dead. This monster is hitting me for like all my health. He's just going full balls deep on us.
In fact, the AI, we wanted AIs on our team instead of players. And that's rather rare in these types of co-op games because the AI usually fucking sucks. But no, the AI is really good in the monsters and the players because they don't fucking miss. They literally don't miss. They know how to fire off their abilities. Now the monster AI, you can sort of exploit its movement if you're real tricky, right? And you know how to move your hunters. Check it out.
What is he doing? He's fucking bugging out.
I think I bugged him out. Oh,
You bugged him out. What are you doing?
Yep, he's bugged. I don't know.
I'm just not
He's
making
just
him have
bugged.
a
He's trying to
viable
run.
path. Yeah, I just don't give him a viable path, and he can. Okay.
See, the AI breaks, and that's because he was trying to run.
But for the most part, the AI is pretty damn good. Now I'll say this. I love the monsters in this game. Their design is so fucking beautiful. They look like fucking kaijus from Pacific Rim. They're just so fucking cool. I especially love the little baby Cthulhu dude with his electricity, his flying around, and when you kick ass with him, you feel so fucking awesome. The dude just doesn't give a fuck. Look at him. This motherfucker doesn't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, baby Cthulhu up in here. You better believe it. And what you doing still here? Now get out of here before I whoop your ass again.
And the Wraith is just as awesome, just slaughtering players. And I suck as the monster, alright? But if I'm fucking slaughtering people as the Wraith, which to me, it felt a little pay to win since I paid $100 to have all my shit unlocked from the beginning. So I was just murdering tier 1 hunters with the Wraith. They couldn't do shit about it because of the fucking decoy ability. There's nothing you can do about it. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about if you've gone up against Wraiths. OP.
10 out of 10, too much Wraith. Dude, when you play against players, it's pretty much all you fight right now is Wraiths. It's pretty crazy.
So there might be, if I was winning that much with the Wraith, there might be some balancing issues needed there. But apparently not, because Turtle Rock Studios has put up stats that say roughly 50-50% win stance for monsters and hunters, which is really surprising. Are you including like the AI modes and solo offline stuff? Yeah, because it's probably the Wraith. Okay, I'll believe you. If you say so, I'll believe you. But I gotta say just one thing. It just sucks. The game always feels the same. The gameplay, it's either gonna end within 5 minutes when you have a new monster or a player that's like, God damn it, I don't want to play the monster who didn't want, and then he gets trapped at level 1 and fucking killed right away. Or it devolves into this long 15+ minute session of grueling chasing, just cat and mouse. The fucking matches start the same. The hunters drop in, they track the monster who just ran off, and if the monster reaches level 3 by eating the wildlife, then the hunters are doomed. So what does that translate into? Just 90% searching, just running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and just not having any fuel, and then 10% of intense battles, right? The same thing for the monster, just running and getting the wildlife and eating the wildlife and just running. It's like a fucking running simulator. That's our affectionate name for the game. It's a running simulator.
Yeah, no, keep following him. I'll catch up with you.
I'm tired of running simulators.
Especially when you're playing against really good monster players. It's just extremely tedious and repetitive as the core of the game. And there's literally, guys, 2 ways to play it. Hunt and evacuation. Hunt, which is probably the weakest of the two, but most well-known and played, and evacuation, which is essentially this 5-mission campaign where sides earn bonuses in between matches, some of them useless like this fucking guy.
What the hell's going on? Who the fuck is this? Wait, is this a cutscene?
Right, is it back? Are we good?
Is this like the story?
Yeah, we're getting one guy.
Okay, hold.
This is our one guy. He's a badass.
One chip of ammo.
Yep, he's got one magazine, a base assault rifle, and he's ready to help us.
Wow.
Who shows up to help you, right? Thanks. Or others that are really powerful and frustrating, like fucking riffs. For the monster, you're just about to dome him and he gets in a rip or he fucking just flies all over the goddamn map.
Oh my god, it warped 200 meters away.
What? The fuck?
This is...
Oh my god. That warp is so fucking annoying.
There's also a balancing mechanic so that one side doesn't steamroll the next and you keep going, but fuck if I know exactly how it works with just little to no information conveyed here. But if you look at this mode here, it shows flashes that could have made for an amazing co-op story, right? Or even an online meta game with capturable territory over a planet's surface, multiple planets, right? The world. No, it's 5 quickly strung along matches with no context. Where the fuck did these monsters come from? Didn't these idiot colonists notice them before building all their shitty towns and fucking dying?
Any idea what these creatures are?
No one seems to know. No one seems to know.
Now, I sarcastically called Evacuation a campaign because it barely qualifies as one. All right, it's less than a mini campaign. As a main offering in a AAA game, this is what we get. This is worse than the strung together story mode, online story mode of Titanfall. Can you imagine that? Worse! No semblance of story whatsoever, and even shorter than that mess.
What is this shit here? What this is
I've never
completely
seen this
broken.
before. This is
Battle
broken.
for Sherman.
I don't get to see the broken stuff.
Okay,
Completely
yeah, that was
broken.
broken. What, you saw that too, right? All
Yes.
that weird unknown stuff?
Oh, sure, in hunt matches, with those one-offs, you get some talking back and forth between the hunters, but that quickly becomes repetitive, since everyone is always saying the damn fucking same thing because everybody picks the same hunters.
Hank, the bucket man says tonight you are cooking food for us.
Yes, sir. Bucket does a bang-up job of keeping us fed, but nothing beats a good old-fashioned cookout.
We will eat grilled meats tonight, yes?
And whatever shitty beer Abe can scrounge up.
This is a good plan. This is the best plan.
That's all that they can muster for world building.
All right, survivors. Let's find some.
If I don't give a shit what I'm doing, chances are I'm not gonna want to do it very much. And the ending, oh my god, the ending cutscene is perhaps the most incoherent, laughable, lazy piece of shit ending I've seen yet.
That's the end.
That's what
That's
the
the
fuck?
end.
That's the ending cutscene of this fucking game?
Yeah.
The end.
Okay, so I guess we die? Why didn't we just go up in the fucking ship with everybody else? What the
Exactly.
fuck?
Yeah.
I waste a bunch of fucking time for a stupid ass cutscene.
And then not only that, but apparently the losing version is that exact same cutscene, but we die.
Fucking
Even though we die
ridiculous.
anyway. We just get to see it.
Wow, that was the lowest effort I've ever seen. That's great.
What? What the fuck was that? Why did you idiots stay on the ground? We could have got on the fucking ship! We won, didn't we? Or did we fucking lose and get stranded to the planet to fucking die? This is my reward for winning? AAA gave my ass? 8 out of 10, really? 9 out of 10, my ass? Who What? Get the hell out of here. Deep gameplay character? What game were you... Where is the rest of the game hiding? I'm gonna go find it. What the fuck? This is not... No, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. No, it's 3 monsters and 12 hunters, which will take you about 10 to 15 hours to unlock, unless you paid a $100 pre-order, of course, ruining progression like for me. And there's a total of 4 modes on 12 maps that are so same feeling. It's ridiculous. No single-player campaign or storyline to speak of. And while most everyone else ignores this in the reviews, I won't, okay? You are going up against so much competition. Every single game of Evolve feels like the last. It's designed that way. It's built into its DNA. It's its limiting factor for better or worse. But you guys knew that, so you had to supplement it with something else. But you didn't. Otherwise, it ends up feeling like a free-to-play game that we paid $60 for up front. That's exactly what it feels like to me, and why I just didn't have as much fun. I mean, progression is what's supposed to keep you playing, right? But it's totally fucking broken, backward, and unfun, even counterproductive. It's a terrible system. Terrible. That should have been scrapped or redone completely. It's just awful. And it forces you to use these things that you otherwise may not want to use, or worse, that are completely fucking useless to use. So you're busy using a useless ability, losing the match when you could have won, but no, you fucking lost, so you're gonna unlock the next monster or achieve mastery in that character. Thanks. Thanks a lot for progressing your character, you fucking jerk. You see, that's what happens. That's why it doesn't make any sense for that the progression system to be like this. No, I don't want to follow around Daisy, because Daisy is the most mentally challenged dog I have ever come across. Okay, so maybe not the most mentally challenged dog, okay? Just one of them. I'm not arguing Daisy isn't cute, because she is. But God, she's dumb.
I'm down.
Almost down!
Daisy!
Bye, buddy. You're dead.
Daisy!
Daisy, save Joe!
Kill me, Daisy.
No,
Why
she's just
aren't
gonna
you
stand here
there?
and growl at it.
What the fuck, Daisy?
No, now she's helping you. There you go.
Oh, and here.
Don't follow Daisy.
What,
Daisy's under the map. Daisy's under the map. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What is this?
I would rather play Destiny or Titanfall, okay? It's absolutely no surprise to me then that the publisher has so aggressively front-loaded the marketing of Evolve. Oh my god. It's almost as if they knew full well it's running on borrowed time, and it has less than a shelf life than even Titanfall did. I mean, why else is it so jam-packed with this much DLC? Just asking for all of the money up front for the season pass, the unlocks, a 5th monster, an insane amount of cosmetic DLC from the start without even earning it. To me, that tells me they know what we know, and we're squeezing as much money from people as early as possible before things settled in. The truth is, Evolve isn't worth any of those prices. It feels like one game mode, a damn good one, but just a single concept stretched about as far as it can without completely breaking, which it does in terms of balance a few times too. You know, as a free-to-play game or a $20 arcade game, or hell, a free-to-play game with 3 times the amount of cosmetic DLC it has now, it would have been amazing. But at full AAA price, it just comes up woefully short. The final verdict for Evolve is a disappointing 5 out of 10. It is an average game. It's not particularly bad, but it's just not particularly good. It's got enough flaws and bullshit and limited scope that it cannot rise above itself. It feels like half a game to me, hence the score. I just didn't have all that much fun aside from these short bursts, which is what it feels best for. It feels like one mode on a few generic maps, front-loaded with DLC and in-game microtransactions, and lacking in serious content that they're not even done selling us yet. $15 to play as a new monster? What, so I can do the same thing I'm already tired of doing now? No thanks. If 2K wants this game to be a franchise, more effort is needed in pretty much every aspect. I said that for Titanfall, I sure as hell said that for Evolve. You've got one awesome mode, now build around it. As it stands now though, the player base I predict is going to fall quickly. I mean, since launch, it's already been cut in half. I'm done. I'm done with Evolve. I'm done evolving, okay? I have reached final form after this shit, okay? Until then, I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.
I'm tired of running all around this place. Fucking I ain't going nowhere.
I'm sorry. I fucked it up.